George Natembeya all along has been busy championing for Luhya rights in this country. A selfless act if you're a Luhya, but to the rest of the country, an inconsequential endeavor. But based on recent events, I am now convinced that we are going to see a new frontier from Governor George Natembeya. And that frontier is a national frontier, one whose heartbeat pulses across 47 counties. And in this video, I want us to look at the several factors that have pushed Natembeya to start focusing on national politics and less on regional Trans Nzoia politics. And with no further ado, let's get after it. Now, the first reason why Natembeya has opted to focus on national politics is revenge. This guy is livid. He thought politics is a good-willed sport, but after seeing the humiliation that Ruto and his minions have put him through, he wants to serve them a taste of their own medicine. Not my words, his own. Here's the tape.
I'm so bitter that I think that if one day I'm given an opportunity like that, I may have to do the same thing. Just to correct things. Yeah, because somehow people must be held accountable. You can't just do things and get away because you are a president or a former president. You must know that if I operate outside the law, a time will come, yeah, when I'll have to be called out. I think that thing alone will rein in people. But otherwise,
that statement in and of itself means that if the Wamunyoro group takes power, kuna watu hawatalala hii nchi Natembeya akiwa. Because if in the past he was a mere regional commissioner and he frustrated leaders like Joanna Ngeno with arrests and abductions, I can only wonder what he will do to Ruto, Sang and Farouk if he's the CS of Interior. Ni kama there is some good times ahead for Kenyans, and I think we should just look forward to 2027. Sababu after that, all the wrongs will rectify. Wale wamekuwa kisumbua inchi, wataanza kusumbuliwa. Wale wamekuwa kiiba, wataregesha, ama hata wao wataibiwa. A threat from George Natembeya cannot be taken lightly. This is a former regional commissioner who knows how to torture politicians. If he made Joanna Ngeno wail, anamwachilia, anamshika, anamwachilia kwa msitu. He understands those games, even more than DCI and EACC. So if Natembeya says some people must taste what they are making him taste, I think they need to tread carefully. That's not even a warning, it's just a friendly advice. Now, the second reason why Natembeya is focused on national politics is relevance. And I like the fact that this guy gets it, unlike Matiang'i. Because much as Natembeya doesn't join the cousins in their tours, cousins, for those who are not aware, is Rigathi and Kalonzo, he never shies away from national conversations. And that keeps his name in perpetual motion. I mean, just yesterday in an interview, he repeated Gachagwa's words that if anybody were to try and steal elections, all hell will break loose. Until now, it's trending on Twitter. Here's the tip.
They're waiting for the ballot in 2027. If somebody will mess with those elections and rig them, as Rigathi said, that now they're falling because he just said the truth. Don't rig the election, because if you rig the election, it's going to be trouble. And indeed, there's going to be trouble. So let people express themselves freely. Let them say that haki has been done, that justice has been done, and that the winner has won fairly. Not because you have got the tools of government and you want to impose yourself on the people. There will be trouble.
You know, Mheshimiwa, former deputy president was used similar words about election being rigged, and he got into a little bit of problems. And you're actually saying that you're seconding his
I'm not saying I'm not using his exact words, because he said that when you rig election, what happened in 2007 will be like a Christmas party.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more graphic, because he knows what happened in 2007. People really died in 2007.
Yeah.
That time I was actually PA to Michuki, and I was able to see what was happening because I was up there. It was very bad. And we can talk about the Christmas party anyway, because it was very bad.
Yeah.
But I think all he was saying is, please do not rig elections. Kenyans want to express their free will. Do not mess with that one. Because if you do, what options are you giving them? Yeah. If you cannot do that peacefully through the ballot, you've stopped us from doing that. What is the option? It's common sense. So even those who are just making noise, it was just a warning that don't steal elections. But they're focusing on the consequences of stealing the election. And people will fight. That's what he meant. So don't steal election, and we'll not have any other issues. People just go about their life.
And he isn't wrong. Whoever will steal or attempt to steal will not only be very unpatriotic, but also a dangerous Kenyan. If you look at any major war or civil discourse or unrest for that matter, it always starts with one reckless person. The first one to throw the stone. The first one to commit the anomaly. Watu wanaenda wanapiga kura wazi, wamepigia huyu, wewe unaenda unabadilisha, and then you force the people to come out to protest. And we all know how hot elections are. Each and every single time Kenyans go to vote, and we've not had anything murky like 2007, we usually celebrate and we thank God. Because even us, we've gone through 2007 and we know it's a possibility. And to get rid of such possibilities, we need free and fair elections. Let nobody steal kufurahisha mtu mmoja. Utafurahisha mtu mmoja, ukasirishe watu milioni 25. What do we do then? How do you contain such numbers? How do you reason with a crowd? So best thing to do is do what's right. Natembeya is right on the money with that. Same thing with Gachagua. Let the IBC Commission do what is right by the citizens and also what is right by the oath that they've taken. Anyway, back to Governor Natembeya. Huyu jamaa amechoka na hii serikali kabisa. It's mostly because of pettiness. I mean, if a governor is suspected of corruption, I would dare say, you're going to raid their offices, their homes, obviously. Maybe you might take the money that you find there, freeze their bank accounts, but you go and also seize the medals that they've been given. What have medals got to do with corruption? How is that a proceed of corruption? Or how does it even aid your investigations? Just listen into this.
But I'm going to have them returned. Yeah. There was a Morano with the burning spear. You know, it comes in this box, but the medal is still kwa kule kwa yeshi zwali bebana nayo. Actually they have defiled it. I don't need it. Maana iko kwa yeshi kule walichukua ya nini? Why do you take a set medal? They have it. And the one here is the elder with the burning spear. As I said, I was about to be given elder with the golden hat. All governors are given, even those who have not done anything for this country, other than being elected governor.
They've taken it.
Yeah, they've taken my medal. They took them. They went with them. That's why I'm wondering now, what was all this? Why do you take medals and take my children's certificates?
For what?
They have them. They took them. So I'm wondering, what is all that? Was I meant not to get this? It's just political harassment. But because they have done that to me.
In my opinion, wacha arudishe hizo chuma. EACC wanaweza zitumia kuosha miguu na mikono. Unajua, those metals are good for getting rid of debris at the sole of the feet. Maybe Twalib needs them. So let's not judge him too early. But at the end of the day, Governor Natembeya is now focused on national politics. He now understands that what he's going through will be prolonged for another 5 years. Forget even 5. There's still 2 more years, then another 5. If at all, he doesn't join the cousins and help them win elections. Akiendelea tu tawe hapo Trans Nzoia, that is where people go wrong. Even Rigiji was making a fatal mistake constantly rotating in Mlima Kenya. We have now seen him in Ukambani. Now they are in Voi. And I think ni yeye analeta hiyo pesa because these guys were not moving like that before. Either way, it doesn't matter. They are making a lot of movement around the nation. Let Natembeya join them. It is the only way to ensure 2027 what Kenyans expect is what is going to happen. Failure to which, hata trophy yake ya class 2 watakuja wachukue. Best in mathematics class 5 watachukua. Hawana huruma. Whatever it is they can take. But at the end of the day, out of these frustrations on Natembeya, we are grateful because now at least he's morphing into a national figure. Less and less of Trans Nzoia and Bungoma back and forth. But at the end of the day, guys, that's just my opinion. Do let me know your own comments in the comment section below. Do you think it's a good idea to have Natembeya joining the national frontier, or should he stay confined to regional politics in Trans Nzoia and Bungoma and Luya this, Luya that? Just drop me your own comments in the comment section below and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. In the event you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for Mzitowafula, hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing Mzitowafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.